Welcome to this first video on creating your WordPress website. In this video, I am going to walk you through the steps for getting your domain name and your hosting account. But before we do that, I'd like to walk through how building your website online is very similar in some ways to the idea of building a home. If you're not familiar with what a domain name is, a domain name for this website is DIYWebSavvy.com if you're viewing this video on the website. If you're viewing this video on YouTube, then the domain name for YouTube is YouTube.com. So in other words, your domain name is basically the web address that you want a person to come directly to, very similar to if you lived at 123 Oak Lane, that's the exact address that a person will come to visit you. So domain name is pretty straightforward. Now, as we move on to hosting, hosting is basically a server or the lot or space on a computer where all of the content of your website is going to sit so that visitors will have access to all of that information. So hosting makes it possible for visitors to your website to see all of the content that you have there, your videos, your text, your articles, and all those sort of things. So that's what hosting does. The next thing is once we have those two things in place, then we'll need to have some structure to all of that information. And what WordPress does is WordPress provides the structure or the framing around all of your content. And then once we have that structure in place, then we need some functionality. We need to make things work and need everything on your website to come to life. So basically what plugins do is plugins are basically the plumbing and the wiring of your website, everything that happens behind the scenes to make your website come to life. And then what we'll need is our exterior. We want the exterior look of our website. If you were building a home, that would be basically if you wanted to build a brick house, a stucco house, that sort of a thing. Well, WordPress themes determine what the exterior look of our website is going to have, where the sidebar is, what the layout is going to be, that sort of thing is what themes do. And then finally, the interior. The interior of our website will basically be all of the text, the images, and the videos that people will see once they visit our website. So that basically kind of gives you an analogy and gives you a graphical idea of how building a website online is very similar in some ways to building a home. So now let's get started on getting your domain and getting your hosting. In order to get these two, we can get them in one step as we head over to HostGator. So let's go there now. And here we are at HostGator. And HostGator, in my mind, because I've always been asked this, why do I choose HostGator? I choose HostGator because it is one of the most affordable and easiest to use web hosting companies that I have ever worked with. One of the things that I like most about them is that they have 24/7 around the clock customer service. They have live chat and they also have phone support available as well. I tend to use the phone support because I like talking to a real person online and getting all of my situations handled. So that's why I like HostGator. The second reason that I like HostGator is because they have what's called one-click install for WordPress. So it makes it really, really easy to get websites up and running. You'll notice on this page that HostGator offers 20% off of web hosting and a lot of the other things that they sell here. That's really awesome. But what I'm going to do is later on in this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually get 25% off. So let's get started. What I'd like for you to do is click on the web hosting plans. And now on this page, you'll see in front of you that HostGator offers 3 types of hosting plans. They have the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. I think for the most part, most people should choose either the hatchling plan or the baby plan. And this is why I say so. The hatchling plan is for you if you see yourself as getting one domain, a single domain, and you're not going to have a need for any other domains. So, for instance, I have DIY Web Savvy as one of my domains, but I also have several other domains. So for you, if you have a business domain, and then you also have a website that you want to create for your friend, or you have a website you want to create for a relative, or even a hobby that you're interested in, the Hatchling plan wouldn't be right for you because you can only host a single domain on it. The baby plan, as you can see there, gives you unlimited domains, and that's basically the right plan to go with for our situation. The business plan is probably a bit too much for what your needs are right now. Best place to start is the baby plan, and if you want to upgrade at a later time, you can. So what we'll do is let's jump into the drop-down box for the baby plan. And as you'll see there, they provide several different time frames. I recommend going with the monthly plan for now. You can go with any of the other plans in order to save more money. But for now, we'll go with the monthly plan. But you can go with any one of these plans based on what your needs are. If you want to get your hosting for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, or monthly. I kind of like going month to month. You choose whatever is best for you. So we'll click on that, and then we'll also go to the Order Now button. Here on the HostGator Order Wizard, what we'll need to do is let HostGator know what the domain name is that we're going to register. So for our purposes, I'm going to type in DIY website, DIY websites demos.com, and it's telling me basically, congratulations, that domain is available and it's been added to my cart. The domain price is $12.95 for the year. What HostGator is also going to do is give you alternate extensions, because as you can see up here, this is for the .com, but it's also telling me that the .net is available too. So depending on your needs and depending on your application, you may want to get both domains. So if you have a business, maybe it's an accounting firm or whatever it is, you may want to have the .com version of your domain name, and you might also want to have the .net. So if you do, then you want to click the box to get that one as well. But for now, we're going to stick with this one, and let's scroll down the page. Now, we know that we've chosen the baby plan, so that's in there, and we've chosen a 1-month cycle, and that's we're getting a 20% off. Later on down the page, we'll put in our coupon code so we can change and get a 25% discount. So for now, let's type in the part here for your username. For our example, I'm just going to type in DIY 2013 and a security pin of 1234. You type in whatever information you want to put in these two boxes, and then we'll go down here to your personal billing information. Fill in all of this information, and if you're not able to put in credit card information, you can also use your PayPal account as well. So you fill in all of your information there. You'll see as we scroll down the page that HostGator has some additional add-ons that they automatically put into your shopping cart. At this time, you can uncheck both of these. You can read about what the domain privacy protection is and whether or not it's for you, and the same thing with the site lock and the jumpstart. But for right now and for our purposes, we're going to uncheck those boxes because you don't really need them, but if it's something that you want to learn a little bit more about, you can do that and determine whether or not they're for you. Now, let's get down to the coupon code. Right now they have Snap-in, and you can also see your order details at the same time. So let's change this coupon code out, and the coupon code you want to put in is I'm Web Savvy, and when you click validate, you'll notice down here that it changes from 20% off to 25% off. And what that does is that gives you 25% off your hosting package, but then what it also does for me is it'll give me credit for referring you to HostGator, and that way I'll be able to continue putting my time and effort into creating these video tutorials for you. So I thank you and I appreciate that very much. The next thing we'll need to do is click on the box that says I have read and agreed to the terms of condition and use. You'll click on that. We'll review the details here, and once you review this, we'll see that you get 24/7, 365-day email, chat, and phone support for free, which is excellent. And then you'll also have a money-back guarantee for 45 days, which is good. So if for any reason you're not happy with the purchase you've made, you can certainly get your money back. Your hosting plan we've chosen was the baby plan. And we have our 1 month package, our 1 month cycle for our hosting, and then you also have the registration of your domain. So for getting all of that, basically to get your website started, it's going to cost a little over, slightly over $20. So the next thing that we need to do is click the Create Account button. And what that's going to take you to is a thank you page from HostGator. And they're also going to send you an email confirming all of the information and giving you your logon access information to your hosting account. So what I'd like to do is meet you in the next video so that I can instruct you as how to use that information to get your website installed, get WordPress installed on your website. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.